Greetings, salutations. What's Gary? By your boy Ekard, here, my partner in crime,
Hey guys, what's up? It's OTK.
and we're here for another episode of Creature Commandos. This is episode 4. Yeah, damn. Coming off the heels of episode 3 last week, which was Lord have mercy, brutal.
Yeah, yeah, in so many ways, so many ways,
man. Shout outs to GI Robot. There's this ongoing thing on Twitter, right, that I don't know if it's reached your circles. All things we talked about today, I don't it's funny that this one hasn't yet, but you know, people are coming around to hearing that Freerin won anime of the year for IGN, right, which was shocking.
Mm-hmm.
It was shocking. Out of all the anime, I didn't think IGN had the balls to say Freerin, right? So I'm happy that Freerin won over the others like Jujutsu Kaisen or whatever, right? But the main thing is now that people are like starting to learn more about Freerin, and it was like, how can these people love a woman like this because she kills demons? Like, you know, like people say they see Freerin and then they were like, oh, she's wife, like she's wifey, but she just brutally kills demons, bro. Like, she's racist. And if you remember back,
yeah, oh, I remember we talked about that.
Like, when people were just like, Freerin is racist against demons and whatnot, and then people is like, yeah, she's an open racist, but she's wifey. And I'm just like, I made a tweet. I'm just like, yo, Freerin and GI Robot will be best friends.
Like,
like,
no, and then there was a conversation going around too after last week's episode that it's sad to the guy that takes him in, that buys him and builds a family with him, how then he goes and kills all the white supremacists, and someone was like, you know, that's really fucked up because he opened up his home to him. Bro, he bought this, he didn't open up his home, he bought him to do horrible things with. Like,
get fucked.
Exactly.
I wanted to make sure that we were past the minute to say that because you know, YouTube, the monetization out here. All I know is that Freerin is wifey. I don't really care, you know, that people are mad that that is a thing. And GI Robot is the homie. Like, I don't know.
He's the best boy.
That's
the best boy right there,
bro. Like, because people were just like, there's no strong women in manga and whatnot. And I'm just like, yo, did we not just see Freerin? Like, Freerin literally, all right, you know what? This is not a Freerin like jerk fest. It could be, but we're here for.
We'll get to that when the new season starts. We'll get to that when the new season starts.
This is a Creature Commando jerk fest as of the last episode. So GI Robot, let's go. Well, I mean, he's pour out for the homie. But yeah, I know what I mean. We're chasing squirrels now, so maybe this is about Weasel. We'll see. Yeah. Oh man, yeah.
To you, GI.
GI Robot. Yeah, I already know. Oh man. Well, I don't think I'm about to say I don't think Ilana's gonna get her back broken again, but you know.
I have to bring Cersei back to the US, find out what's going on here. Why she tried to kill you.
Do you not think it's best to just bong?
We say bang.
But it doesn't sound like bang. It sounds like bong. Bang.
Bang. Bang. No, bang. No.
This is all too cutesy. Yeah. I don't trust it.
Yeah.
I mean, thank you.
Yeah. He was like, yo, no more, you know, one more time around the merry-go-round? No? All right. Guess not. Yo, I'm sorry. Like, you know, if she turns out to be like somebody like terrible and whatnot, I'm gonna be like, damn, bro. Well, me and Kayla, well, we got it just happens.
I mean, but also there's just, you know, part of my MO, really.
Yeah, it's, you know, I have an exception, you know, like people will be like, oh yeah, you're a milkman. No, there's other people who are, I know personally, who are like that, but you know what, you know, there's always exceptions to the rules. And Alana is right now an exception to the rule. He probably was fighting off an alien invasion.
And Peacemaker.
Oh.
Even though you got us into some trouble over there, you're good at this. The need comes up.
That guy is in Peacemaker.
I hope you'll be a part.
Okay.
I didn't realize I had a choice.
I'm about to say, is that Terry, King of Fighters? What's going on?
Who is he? Loves
All right, Okaroon.
stupid face.
You know what? That's disrespectful to Okaroon.
Grow hair.
You know,
Oh, right.
bro, you're about to die.
I don't even know.
Yeah,
Your own business.
dropping in for lunch.
And then to tap into my point in the Bride episode, that is a baby man. So
Mm-hmm.
fuck Eric. Fuck that monster.
Know his real name because he can't talk.
No, I mean, yes.
Well, where he was is classified.
My client is innocent.
I thought he killed 27 children.
Mm.
Where'd he go?
You try to save them.
Yep. As so it goes.
And convicted.
You like that, John?
I mean,
What?
sort of. It's a little thirsty.
You found yourself in the middle of an international
What?
incident, right? So you help me out.
Oh man, that's kind of funny given the current climate of internet culture right now.
She tried to kill us.
Save our lives exactly how?
Get into your head.
Don't do it, Waller.
I'm just hoping that one.
Hey, wait a minute. That's her. Lana.
No, don't. Jesus, John. Do any of these photographs mean anything to you?
I was pointing at the screen like you can see what I'm saying. So yeah.
Look what I got.
That is adult, well, young child her, I believe. Yeah.
No, I don't think so. I think it's just a kid that looks like her.
It looks like, okay. I mean, like, you know, the eyes and everything too.
What? It's hungry. I got an apple.
Unless I didn't count how many children were here, but if it's 8, then maybe this is the 8 total that died. Bro, what are you gonna do behind
You ready?
For what?
the glass room? Oh shit.
God, okay.
Hello? 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 Oh, Justice League 2?
My mind trick on you.
Jedi mind trick? What?
What?
Legitimate.
Come on. Really? There's no freaking way. Who are you calling?
And now he's doubting because he slept with the girl one time.
Mm-hmm.
Is in fact legitimately clairvoyant. On Themyscira, it's taken as fact.
Oh.
Oh!
Mm.
Stephanie Beatrice!
It's a real place. We know that now.
I know it's a real.
Yeah, I mean, it always has.
Saving the damn world by any means necessary.
Please, Amanda.
Amanda?
Listen to me. I'm telling you, I've met this woman.
And slept with her.
This isn't her.
Bumping uglies with someone doesn't mean you're infallibly able to know a person's character, Jim.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, now don't lie to me, Flag.
I'm
Yeah.
not doing this. I'm out.
So what now?
We find a leader who's less whiny little bitch and more just bitch.
Okay.
Home to the sweet smell of. What is this?
Oop. Well. Oh, damn. Damn.
There you go. Now everyone's happy, right? Except for you, because you no longer have food.
Get fucked.
This one, because he no longer has a jaw. He also might be dead.
Right.
Right, I know. Back into the hole.
I need to talk to the princess. The princess of
Oh man, this man, yo, he became a simp. No.
The princess's life is in danger.
Oh, this
Oh
fool.
man. Oh. Oh damn! Oh no! I mean,
Well, thank you, but no. Now, can I please come down? You promised to
True.
stop
Right.
talk.
then he punches him.
You want a coffee or something?
I'll have tea.
Jesus Christ!
That is, looks at Harry and is so overcome with passion, she has a pleasure mess in her pants.
What movie is this?
That's exactly what's happening in that scene.
Oh, I'll explain.
Little fashion game.
I'll explain.
Knows inside, as I do, that
It's getting you killed.
That's not gonna pay to that.
Well, when you put it that way, we're not
Thank you, thank you,
Wound up dead.
thank you.
I'm not sure getting my gross food back makes up for that.
I fucks with Nina.
They want us to kill the princess.
Why?
Look at that. Look at that. Look at that.
How many children?
Look over there.
Good. 3. I'm going to assume 8. Oh no.
I don't know what the hell it was. Some type of damn werewolf.
Oh. Is his gunshot gonna set it off? Oh no. Liquor. Oh no, he just made it worse. Bro. And then this is what they see. Yeah.
It's got a kid. Stop, police!
Gotta get her out there.
There, I see it.
Oof. Hmm. Oh no. Yo, these motherfuckers, bro.
I wonder what he's dreaming about.
Probably just chasing squirrels.
Hmm. Episode title. Yep. I guess it's not Ilana.
I'm confused why you would think it was.
Well, because they literally have the same hairstyle and eye color and eyebrows. So that's why I won't be surprised if it's her somehow, some way. Yeah. You know. Especially given what was episode 1. Like something seems off about her. You know. So I won't be surprised if this was if there's some way somehow that the connection that like if that's a connection. That's what I'm saying. Especially that we know that only 8 children of the 27 died. So I was trying to see if there was 9
no,
children.
there was no 27. People trumped it up to make people scared of him.
Okay,
it was always 8.
It was always
yeah.
8. Okay. So yeah, that's why I was just trying to see like how many children there were. But yeah, nah. I mean, like, there's no. Like, I think anybody else would have been like, okay, her look like the exact hairstyle, eye color, eyebrows as Ilana. Yeah, it's not that much of a jump to be like these are the same people.
I just look at it as like a thing of American animation where characters just look alike. You see that a lot in like, where it's a background character just ends up looking like your main character, but it's just a background character or someone in someone's past. Like, yeah, it's just like a cute little blonde girl who happens to look like the. But I also think maybe that is intentional because of how how Flag sees Ilana as pure, or probably not, obviously not pure, but as more innocent than she's leading on. But then to see how Weasel is treating someone who is actually innocent and pure, and how viewing such people as this is going to get you in trouble in one way or another. Or people are going to perceive what you're doing with them as malevolent.
Yeah, I mean, I don't fault the guy who called the cops for how they acted. Especially living in a world where there are supervillains and monsters, and obviously, at face value, they're gonna look at Weasel as being that of a monster, a werewolf, right? Not gonna fault them for taking the actions the way it was. However, the fact that the cops at the very end, right? Like I said, even though like it's the mind frame that, all right, this Weasel is dragging this child, right? That's what it looks like. That's what it appears like, right? And everything is looking like they're trying to stop him from harming the girl, only for them to apprehend Weasel at the end, offer no help at all for the child before any paraphernalia, whatever you want to call it, falls on her. And I'm just like, are you fucking? I'm like,
cops are there to protect and serve.
At the end of the
cops
day,
are not there to protect and serve.
It's literally fuck them kids at the end of the day. And that was the thing. I was like, I think I would understand more if they, shot Weasel and then got the girl and then took her. Right? I would understand it more. They was like, no, the hell with that. Like, the hell with her. We got our man. We're gonna get a raise regardless of for this. Well, we care about some child afterwards. So that's why I'm like, yeah, that's where like all types of understanding completely went out the window. I mean, like, even if I tried to, like, and like I said, like understand. Okay, yeah, it makes sense why this writing beat will go along. And I'm like, this is just an unfortunate situation. More so for the guy who placed the phone call. Because what else is he really supposed to think at all?
Look, I also think that is a very white thing to call the cops first. Me personally, because I have a dog.
Yeah, no.
Well, no, I'm also a dog person. Wait, let me explain. Let me explain. No. Wait. Let me explain. It is a very white thing to call and saying, instead of running up and protecting the kids first, going, "Hey, get the fuck away from those kids," which he could have did, right? He could have been like, "Hey, get the fuck kids, run away." He could have did that. It is a white thing to, instead of trying to protect first, to call the cops first.
I can't say it's a white thing. I think that's I think the normal, not even normal. I think the majority of people are not going to do that. Look, for children or not, even if people have, if it was their own child, yeah, they might spring into it, right? Or actually, no, if it's their own child, a parent would spring into it. If it's somebody else's child or whatnot, we always fault people for not calling the cops, right, before a situation escalates. So it's like I can't be like, oh, well, the majority of people do. That's just how it is, right? That's just how it is. The majority of people do.
Well, also, as we know and as we see here, cops' job isn't protect and serve.
Yeah.
So I guess I understand that from a place of our life to as opposed to, let's say, this man's life. But it is very simple to be like, hey, get away from those kids. instead of running, and the first thing you do, like, I understand being afraid because, like you said,
a gun, right, and
to bring a gun around kids, like making it more dangerous, as we saw, right?
Yeah, right, because now we're playing more semantics about it, right? Because it's also that thought he wants to protect the kids, but he has no weapon, right? He's also an elderly man, so it's not like he's like our age or anything or anything like that. So him running to after the children ain't gonna do much, but possibly get himself killed, right? Because he don't know. That's again, this you can't compare that him.
Okay, so look, even still, him calling the cops before running to get the gun, I would have been like, fair. As soon as he got the gun, I stopped having sympathy for him. It just is like, because in my head, it's very simple. You go, kids, get the fuck away from that thing. Get the fuck away. Maybe I'm more of a put myself in front of the people in danger than I am, you know, let me call the police. Sure. But I see kids and I see a situation I don't know. My thought is get the fuck away from those kids.
And I'll tell you, my thought is, well, if I'm going to try to protect these kids, need something to protect yourself with. I'm not gonna run in blindly and get all of us killed, regardless, right? Like, you know, and then even using observations, I still would call the authorities, regardless of faith that I have in the cops or not. You know, you gotta alert somebody. You can't just be like, oh, control, right? Like, yeah, there's no one knows pest control number. They know 911, and 911 is gonna call the cops, right? This is not some regular beast. Like I said, like that situation, and all the way I said, I'm completely understanding of on my side of the entire situation up until these dudes just rolled up and was just like, yeah, you know what, fuck the kid, we got the weasel, right? Because everything was completely understanding the situation, because it's played out like this many times. Like it just is what it is. Even with other people I've seen, it just plays out like that all the time. So that, like, you know, that's where I'm looking at it. Yeah, like, I mean, that's just me, you know. And well, I mean, it's me and a lot of, I gotta say, like, it is the majority I gotta say it's like a vast majority of people would understand, like, that's how it is. But like I said, like, even dealing with cops and whatnot in real life, like, at the end of the day, we all, well, for the most part, we'll still be like, all right, 911, right? Regardless of how we feel about cops, that still happens. Like, no one's just not gonna, like, because what's the point of just running in to random danger when you don't know, like, what you're dealing with and not alerting anybody? Yeah.
He shouldn't have. I'm saying as soon as he got the gun is when I lost the sympathy points. I understand staying there watching the kids. Well, because for me, it's like staying there watching the kids going boop, doop, 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 boop, cop, blah, blah, blah. And then going in there. Because with a gun, and as we saw, a cop, not a cop, well, a cop gets everyone shot, but a gun gets more people hurt than not. And it's not like he shot into the air to scare the weasel. He shot at the weasel who was near a kid who he could have shot. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, it's the perception of, I have a gun, there's safety, but with that gun, you're putting everyone else in danger. Because he could have shot the kid, and while shooting at the weasel, while the weasel is running away, but as you see, instead of shooting one of the kids, he shoots a gas tank and everyone dies.
Well, yeah, I mean, that I'm like, put it like this. I personally am fine with him having the gun. Am I personally fine with how he used the gun? No, but he needed some type of protection. Obviously, not the smartest.
Yeah, right? I can see that. I can see that.
Yeah, that's yeah. Like, you know, it's just, you know, have the gun, but he did not use it at all. Like, especially after that whole situation, like the children with the alcohol and
also just
the matches
not
too,
even like. The fire, instead of going, kids, get away. But that's also my thing. It's like, there was never, kids, get away. It's like, shoot first, ask questions later.
Yeah, that's why I was just like, yeah, it's for him, like, you know, like, I understand, like, high-end situations and whatnot, and I was like, maybe old age, and maybe this might be ageism and whatnot. But I mean, when it comes into there comes a certain, like, I mean, we're old enough, right, to know that.
Right.
All right, well, there's a fire. Last thing I'm gonna do is, even with this gun in my hand, is shoot. I don't know what type of, like, and I mean, this is just
accelerant, right? You don't know what type of accelerant is in the room, right?
At that point, the only gun usage is to protect myself, because at the end of the day, it's still gonna be mono. It's still gonna look out for number one. I can't help myself. I can't help these kids, right? So the situation already escalated past the point of the gun being used. And so when Babs was just standing there at the door, I'm just like, all right, take the kid and get out. Like, you gotta, like, prioritize getting the kid out. And I mean, a man just said, nah, I need to like, you know, get rid of this dude. And I'm just like, oh, we've already lost the plot, bro. Like, and I mean, it's just, people don't think. And I mean, it's one of those things where it's already heightened. You have the weapon to protect yourself and possibly these children, because you don't know what this beast is, right? And that's what I said, that's fair, right? But it was just the steps taken after that. I'm just like, damn, man just blew up, man just shot the gun. We lost the plot, bro.
And look, he ended up dying anyway.
Yeah.
He ended up dying anyway.
He killed everybody. Literally, he literally killed everybody, but the weasel and the child. The child eventually died because the fucking cops. Like, at that point, it's like, now the cops are here, and now they have like no sense of what's going on, and it's like, all right, well, we're about to do some dumb cop shit. And I'm just like, all right, well, now you're at the scene. Unfortunately, everybody is dead. You're too late, as always. But we still called you, you know. But now you have the chance to save at least one person, and you don't even save the person. You save the monster, because, you know,
you apprehend the bad guy. You apprehend the
bad guy, and now you got more sympathy points. So I'm just like, damn, bro. Like, you know, just like, you know, we called you, but this is why I understand people don't call you, because, you know, like, yo, yeah, get here, like, you know, we took the protocol. Like, it's like I mean, like, if this guy was black or another person of color, I'm just saying, you know, he might have been the first one shot. I'm just saying, you know, I'm like, yo, I call for help and I get shot. Okay, listen, I'm just stating some facts, but I'm just saying, you know, I'll still call y'all, you know. But I have to be aware that I might get shot too. Like, oh man, I got that thing on
true.
me too.
If it was you and you were the black man with the gun, they're shooting you and the weasel.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I think about this too. But I said, you know, he's an elderly white man, so, you know, that's why I said maybe ageism. He's not. He might not be all there. Clearly, it wasn't, because man shot into. You don't like. That was my thing. Like,
dark room.
Dark room. You don't know. Like, shit's on fire. I'm not gonna. I'm just. Yeah, man. You know what? Aside from the weasel stuff, the weasel stuff.
We gotta touch on the weasel stuff though, because his story is a story of what happens when you have, because he is a victim. He's a victim of the system.
Yes.
Right. When you have a victim of the system who can't express themselves through language that that the enforcers speak, right?
Yeah.
And instead of trying to figure out a way to have this man be properly represented and figure out how for him to communicate appropriately, it's, oh no, we're just gonna be conjecture. I don't legal jargon, because they can only go off of shooting him and him trying to escape, which again I can understand when you're looking at a high tense situation where it's just like, oh shit, you got that kid, right?
Yeah.
But instead of, you know, getting him the proper help, they just arrest him anyway.
Yeah.
And again, because he can't express himself, he is now a victim of the system.
Yep. Yeah.
And those kids don't get justice because the cops got their bad guy.
Yep.
Right. Because the system got their bad guy.
Yo, that's why I was like, yo, what the fuck is this? The child, bro.
Yeah, that's why when
see the dragon, the wizard, I'm like, come on, bro. That's what set me off.
Yeah, that's why when the lawyer was just like, you know, I'm here to represent him. You guys are lying about my client. She's at least trying to help. She's trying to fight the system. She's like, it's all alleged.
Mm-hmm.
He was convicted. A lot of people get convicted for alleged. We know how the system works, and that's his story
right now. And I'm just saying,
yeah,
like, man's got convicted of a crime he didn't commit, all the way up to the
and it's
Secret
like,
Service.
yeah, we hear it all the time too of people who may have like a mental disability or are deaf or speak a different language. How cops are just like, well, since we don't want to pay for an interpreter, or we can't get one right now, or it's taking too long, or it's the weekend, and we got to meet quota. So yeah, you're arrested, and good luck to you. You'll figure it out, right?
Yeah.
And then if a lot of these people can't afford representation that can get them proper help, and obviously Weasel is poor, they're only offered who they can, and it takes people like his lawyer, and organizations like that to want to go and help people who were wrongfully incriminated. But yeah, it's just it's sad because it's like it's the innocence of children who looked at him and didn't see something bad, and then the preconceived notion of adulthood and going, oh, that shit's bad, right? And like I said, instead of going, hey, get away, kids, because in my head, I'm thinking, if you gave a moment to shout and let yourself be known, it could have given an opportunity for the kids to be like, sir, we're okay, he's our pet.
Yeah.
But he called the cops instead. So
mainly because
he got a gun. Everyone exploded.
Yeah, this is a superhero world. That's why I was like, this is a superhero world. And he says werewolf. That's why I was like, if this was, I think if he was much smaller, like actually was a dog or a cat, or even in the case of
in the superhero world, you can't really trust dogs and dogs and cats.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I can't. That's why I was like, given the context, I was like, he's much larger than a wolf.
Right.
Yeah.
I could middle it. Right.
Yeah.
But like I said, it's like when you. There's so many steps in between that could have not got the kids blown up. There's so many steps in between that could have gotten Weasel not in it's not Arkham.
Incarcerated.
Incarcerated, right? Yeah. And it's just like, and then watching this related to like the stories of G.I. Robot and the Bride, and how unfortunate circumstances have surrounded them and wound them in this place that they're at. Because as the Bride likes to know, one less human means more space for monsters. I mean, I figure the way I'm thinking, you have enough monsters in the world, you all stop getting arrested for things you didn't do. You all stop being incarcerated. You all stop being judged because you're all monsters, right? So that's kind of like when she says that, that's kind of how I feel about it. But yeah, I think like saying something like this and then seeing like, even G.I. Robot, right? G.I. Robot getting arrested for wiping out a terrorist group, essentially. But because he killed these men, he still needs to be incarcerated, even though he was once lauded as a hero.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not too. I don't think they showed why the Bride got arrested, like how she ended up there. But this woman is being chased and harassed by a man who won't take no for an answer, as we see again in this episode when Eric pops back up.
Yeah. Right,
because in his head, in his ooh woo soft boy head, she's the love of his life, even though she said. Since she could speak,
I don't fuck with you, bro.
I don't fuck with you. Please back the fuck up. So again, for anyone who's like, well, you got to understand the monster. No, he could go fuck himself, and Victor could go fuck. Well, he's dead. Yeah. But like, the men around her can go fuck themselves, right? I think also like, I think it's important to note that it's about the perceived notion of a monster and what brings us into the places that we don't actually belong. In this case, incarcerated. Well, I mean, obviously, we don't know what Phosphorus has done yet. We don't know what's circumstances around Nina and why Nina is there of all people.
Yeah.
Like, I'm also starting to kind of
she's about
side eye her a little bit because I'm like, are you so nice that you did something? Is it a guy's? Like, you did something real bad? Like, I'm kind of hoping that, but it really does feel like, again, circumstances around her are what led her to there.
Yeah.
I think with the flag stuff, it really is, he's sipping too hard.
Yeah, I mean, like, it can't be, I was about to say the words, it can't be that good, but then again, I've seen and know dudes who are just like, yo, bro, like, yo, she be with like 5 other people, and but you her number one though, right? Yeah,
right.
Number one, and I'd be like, but bro, she about to get married to a homeboy. But I'm still in the. I've seen it.
Yeah.
I've seen it.
Yeah.
Listen.
But it's like it's funny because like we as soon as she was introduced, we were both like something's not right here.
That was not right.
Something's not right here. But
listen, I think we would not be simps.
Correct.
That's the difference. Like that's the difference between us and Flag. Like
it's like
like my man raising all types of red flags. Like we know she's red flags. That's the difference.
Yeah.
And so when
red flag me red flag.
Yeah. Like we know she a red flag. All right. Red flag, come here and then you hear that she does something bad. It's like, damn, that sucks. Yo, we gotta take her out though. Damn, that's tough, man. And then it's gonna be that meme. I can never remember the name of the guy, but it's the black guy who has the one tear holding the gun, and he was like, "I'm sorry."
It's Wesley Snipes. Yeah.
There we go. Like I could never keep forgetting his name. Wesley Snipes holding the gun, and that would probably be me and Nina. I said Nina to Ilana.
Right.
Yeah. Like
my God.
It is what it is. It's just But Rick Flag was like, nah, bro, it can't be. Not the person I smashed.
It can't be. It can't be. You can't trust this person who we assign as evil to actually be evil. Like, and
Mandalorian was just like, yo, I don't care what you did in. Get the fuck out of here.
And I also want to say, like, there's also been conversation about how Cersei got taken down in the last episode. Yeah. And people are like, oh, they nerfed her, nerfing another powerful woman. And I very much want to speak on that. But I think what people are forgetting is that a wild animal man jumped on this woman. Yeah. If you were doing something and a wild animal man jumped on you, you would be like, holy shit, what the fuck is this shit? You'd be confused as hell. And if he is on top of you, ripping your back apart, you're still like, oh shit, what the fuck? And then to have your face melted off, it's a lot happening.
Yeah.
So I don't essentially think that they nerfed her powers. I think it was more like, oh fuck, what the fuck is happening? What? Like, she was so taken aback by the situation because she thought she had the upper hand,
and she got
got. Like, I really do think that's what it is. I mean, I think as we watch the show, we can then power scale and really determine if that is in fact true. Wow, but I think we need to take it as like, even if I too am a powerful woman, but if my dog just decides to jump at me, I'm gonna be like, a distraction, distracted. Like it just is what it is. But yeah, I even like that, like, the conversation between her and Waller, and about being a superhero and what that means, and anti-heroism and stuff like that. And the line that Cersei says that, like, even Satan doesn't want the world to burn, because then what would Satan have to do? It would have nothing. It's better to keep everything going and alive so that you have something to do. So it makes sense that, unless you're actually, a good book to read about that would be Justice. All the villains have a dream that the world is going to end, and that the superheroes can't do anything to save the world, so the supervillains band together to try to save the world. But there's other shit that goes on, right? So it's like that, where you see a future, and you don't want that to happen, no matter. I guess it really also depends on the level of bad guy you are, because some bad guys do want to see the world burn. Yeah. Some guys just want chaos. One of my favorite villain characters of all time is one of my favorite characters of all time, Kafka. He's the main villain from Final Fantasy VI. Yeah. He just wants chaos. He wants it all gone. That's it. He sows the chaos, and it brings him joy, and he wants to end the world, right? And it's fun to him. But not every villain is like that. Some villains want money, some villains want power, some villains want status, some villains want revenge. Each villain is different. So, like, I always think generalizing a villain, anyone's preconceived notion, whether you're a good guy or a bad guy, is never a smart way to handle these things, right? Because it always gets you in trouble. So I think it is very interesting that you have someone who's perceived as bad in Cersei to someone who's perceived as good in Ilana, and how people are willing to believe this princess that they don't know anything about, because of course they want their power hold in that place, right? But when you're confronted with the possibility that this perceived innocence can bring, working with other evils. Because I don't know if the gorilla, that's Gorilla Grodd. He comes from a place of intelligent gorillas, and he's a Flash bad guy. He wants bad things too. He wants, he wants power and stuff like that. And he has mind control powers, I think, right? Yeah. But when those two different villains want to get together, those are two villains who do want to take over the world and destroy it. And they figure out a way to kill all the superheroes. So it's like, shit, that wouldn't be fun for me. So what do I gotta do? I don't know if I could go after Grodd, even though that would have been cool to see. I'll go after this bitch because she's easily accessible, right? Yeah, and then, Flag going, we don't just kill people for, America doesn't kill people. Like, again, I think this episode is talking about, I think this episode is a good push for the injustices of the American system, of the American incarceral system and, government system and things like that. And the things that those in power actually do, as opposed to what they could do. I mean, look, Amanda Waller has several task force that she keeps under lock and key with threat of death with bombs in their neck. That's the American government, right? People that we've seen so far who are innocent in their own ways, but are now pawns of the system.
Yep.
And it's okay because they get the job done and it protects American interests, right? Instead of rehabilitation and figuring this shit out. So yeah, I think this episode is a thinker, or more a shower actually. But yeah, and then Flag working with Eric. It is very much seeing that this person in front of you is crazy and is wrong, but it's like, well, if the ends justify the means, or if the means justify the ends, or however that saying goes. Instead of just going, bro, she don't like you like that. It's like, well, maybe you can get her back. I'm gonna lie to you. Maybe if you show her how good you are, she could be yours. Right? Because he also doesn't really care about the bride anyway. All he cares about is the woman he's simping for.
Yeah. Like I said, I know many of good men and women who have who are all simps. And Red Flag, I'm sorry, bro. Listen, I thought you were built different. I said the words like, say he's not like us, and then I thought he was like us, and then we come back to figure out he's not like us. It's gonna be one of those where we're gonna find out that Ileana is gonna be. I mean, we knew she was a walking red flag, but she was a walking red flag that we say, okay, right? We knew walking in. And then you just weigh the options afterwards, right? And then you say, oh, so you into blowing up the world? You're into taking over the world? Well, you know what? Me too.
Right. That's where you have to decide.
I'm like that. You know what? Me too. You see, I run this gang right here, and this is how I get down. They monsters. I mean, listen, man. Look what we did. Just make sure you let me know before you take over the world, so I can be right next to you. Okay, there we go.
Right, exactly. It's all about choice. It's all about choice.
Yeah. Because I'm not gonna be cuffed by the balls by Amanda Waller. So if I'm gonna be cuffed by the balls, then might as well be over here on this side where the world's getting dominated. And was that you said that was Grodd, right? Yeah. So because I might as well be with the other homie Gorilla Grodd.
Right.
Cause I'm like, yo, bro, she's like some other supervillain that we don't know yet, or we I don't even know. Like a lot.
It is possible.
It might be a spoiler. So if not, so so, then I would. Well, actually,
right.
I mean, this is the part. If you made it to this part of the video, then I mean, you could get spoiled. But if you would know,
right.
Yeah.
Right. If I know?
Yeah.
No. Like I said, this is a DC show. I'm not that big of a DC girly. So even introducing the Stephanie Beatrice character, the Doctor of Themyscira, I'm sure it's very possible that she is a Wonder Woman character, but I haven't read every single Wonder Woman book. So
Okay.
I couldn't be like, oh yeah, she's from this, that. Like even
Yeah.
in last week's episode, the doctor that's experimenting on GI Robot
Yeah.
is, and I found out over the week, is the doctor that creates the Metal Men. And I like the
Mm.
Metal Men, but I like the Metal Men from stories that I've read. I've never actually sat down and read Metal Men comics.
Mm-hmm.
So I know about Dr. Magnus a little bit.
Okay.
And yeah, so yeah, things are popping up in this show that are Easter eggs and things like that that I can't catch because I
Mhm.
don't know.
Okay.
It's not like an X-Men thing where I'm just like this, that, the third, this, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I'm just like, well, actually, yeah. Well, so I'm, for anyone who wants to offer like a Easter egg guide in our comments, please do. I find
Just
that so
double check.
enjoyable.
She
It
is
really helps.
original. She's an original
Okay.
character for this. Princess is the acting monarch. Was targeted. She is a original character.
With the possibility of
yes,
maybe
with
one day
possibility,
joining
yes.
the comics as Harley Quinn has and as as Laura Kinney has. There's quite a few characters that started in cartoons and in the shows that have made their way to comics, so it is possible for her, depending, I guess, on how the story shakes out here and what it really means. But yeah, and also Rick being a dick about the mascara, suck a fat one. I hope Ileana really steps on you in a not fun way, you jerk. Don't touch him on my island.
Like step on him like how Bride did to our black brother
Exactly.
in episode 2, which was racist.
Look,
Stop.
look, I get it, but also, he was attacking a woman without provocation,
Yeah.
so he could
I
go
mean,
fuck
like,
himself.
no,
I get it.
Yeah, I mean, like she stepped on him. Like I said, some dudes pay a lot of money for that. I'm just saying, you're probably not.
I mean,
trying
but
to
the way
come from
that happened,
heaven.
probably not.
Oh man, I mean, listen, I mean, some dudes are weird, bro. Some people have death fetishes, so I learned that's
true,
a thing.
true.
I didn't know that was a thing. You know what? We're not getting into that. It's enough weird shit going down in Coochie Commandos. But great episode. Pour one out for GI Robot once again because he's still the homie. Weasel, sorry you have to go through this. Yeah. Ileana, you have a.
I kind of can't wait to see how this actually shakes out
Ileana,
because.
I keep calling her Ileana.
Yeah, it's hard when you play Marvel Rivals and Ileana's in that. Trust me, I was having a hard time too, not going, it's magic. Another blonde girl with an accent, maybe no accent, but yeah, good stuff. GI Robot,
man.
Weasel, the Bride, Mina.
Yep.
Dr. Phosphorus, the jury's still out thus far, you're funny, so you're kind of
we're lukewarm on Dr. Phosphorus, but Rick Flag had to take him off the list, man. Like, yo, bro, like you got to get your head in the game, bro. Like, listen, man, you about to start listening to some alpha male podcasts? Nah, stop. Not saying you need to do that. Not saying you need to be on Fresh and Fit. Like, nah.
Okay, I will give him his points though when he says to Waller, like, well, we shouldn't be doing this, and he's right.
He's right.
He's right.
Like, you should be.
I definitely give him his points for that.
Because this is like thought crime, like, committing, like taking out people before they commit a crime. There's a whole movie about that.
Minority Report, starring Tom Cruise.
Yeah. So it's crazy. So it's a whole movie about that. So that's not what you're trying to do. Or there's for another one where there's I just gotta say this, there is a movie or series out there that I was watching where they kill the parents and kill people if they're going to birth serial killers in the future, which is fucking crazy. Yeah. So it's a K-drama that I saw. I was like, yo, that's crazy. Like, they're killing people if they're going to birth serial killers in the future. I'm like, yo, that's crazy. Or that was the goal. That was the goal of it, right? It's called Mouse, but Mouse. Yeah, it's called Mouse. Yeah, really good K-drama. And if they passed that law, that would have been crazy. Just think about that. Like, if you have the psychopath gene, Like that, like, and if you're born with it, when they check your baby or when they check you, and if they see you as a baby,
That's
or about to be
eugenics.
burnt, yeah,
That's eugenics, and that's a
yo,
whole other
that's
conversation.
crazy shit. Like, all right, I know we just veered off, folks. Listen, Creature Commandos next week we'll be catching you guys for episode 5, Chasing Squirrels. Good episode, a great episode actually. So we'll catch you guys next time for more. You already know. Deuces.